Hello. I was requested to kind of go over a little bit more of about my Grammostola rosea care. It was requested by a YouTube user, and sorry if I get this pronunciation wrong. ToriiKaiSugiyama, but she's wanting to get a tarantula, and she wanted to ask me some more questions, and I thought I'd answer them through video. I'm going to start out with the enclosure. This is Rosie's new enclosure. It's like a plastic shoebox, and I just drilled some holes in there, like on the top and on the sides. Gotta make sure those holes are big enough she could get enough air, but small enough to where her prey items, like the crickets, can't get out. Anyways, I'll start talking about the hairs right now. The hairs that can irritate the hairs on this species of tarantula that can irritate your skin are all on the abdomen. With Rosie, she doesn't flick them, but some species do flick them. And after handling, if you don't wash your hands, or get those hairs off of your skin, they can start to like burrow into your skin like a porcupine spine. And I mean, it can't really hurt you, but it's just irritating as heck. I mean, the itching can last from days to like up to around 2 weeks if you don't take care of getting them washed off right away. If you find a tarantula on its back or on its side, it's not dying, it's not dead, it's just getting ready to molt, and you should not bother it, because that's their most vulnerable time in their life, is when they're molting. So if you want to know if your tarantula is dying, usually they tend to kind of, when they walk, if a tarantula is kind of dying, they can kind of like their legs make them like wobble when they walk, and also they'll tend to start curling their legs underneath their body, and that's when pretty close to the final death stages, I'd say. Again, with feeding, I feed her about an adult cricket about once every week or two. With sexing a tarantula, the females, when they molt, when you see the inside of their abdomens, they have what's called like a little, between the book lungs, there's a little like leaf-like protrusion, and that's what's called the epigastric furrow. And on males, between the book lungs, you really don't see anything there. We'll move on to cricket care now. Here's my cricket enclosure. Right now I just have baby crickets because that's what I've been feeding my spiderling, my baby tarantula. Might want to put dirt in there for them as a substrate. You want a dish for their food, and what I normally feed them is fish food. You can also feed them lettuce, and here's a water dish for them. I put Kleenex or a paper towel or toilet paper in there, like enough to where when you put the water in there and the crickets get in there, they won't drown. And also, crickets like to have a little place to hide, so you can just get a piece of egg carton. I'm gonna go back with her and see if I can like hold her. And when you want to handle a tarantula, a terrestrial species like Rosie here, you want to handle her like while your hands are over something like this bed or a table, so where if she does like accidentally fall or something, she won't harm herself very easily. If you're handling them while you're standing, the drop from your hands to the floor can severely injure or even kill your tarantula. Anyways, we'll go ahead and test her temperament again. You touch her with the paintbrush in the back legs, or yeah, that area. You don't want to touch her on the front because that'll just kind of irritate her even more. There you go. Finally. Really, she doesn't move all that much when I handle her. Not usually. She just likes to chill. Now you can tell when a tarantula really doesn't want to be held, and you shouldn't hold it, is when you touch it from behind it whips around or something like that and displays its fangs by kind of rearing up. Again, you really want to do your research before you get a tarantula, because they're, compared to a lot of other animals, they're really long-lived. Depending on what stage you get your tarantula at. Before you buy your tarantula too, I would actually ask the pet store if you can handle the tarantula before you buy it. I've done that before, and you know, that meets with success. That's just kind of a gauge of that tarantula's attitude, like maybe a general day of its life. I mean, if it's attacking you or trying to attack you on before you even get it, then you wouldn't really want to get it then, especially for a beginner. But again, I don't really consider myself a full-on tarantula expert, but I think I know when I'm a little bit when I'm saying with the rose hairs or the Grammostola roseas. One more thing on the enclosure: if you spray the ground in which the tarantula inhabits, they don't like that, and they'll start climbing the tank enclosure walls, and that's when you know that the humidity and the wetness inside of your enclosure is too high for the tarantula's taste. So really, she just needs dry conditions. So, anyway, I hope that helps.